Greetings, fellow slingers. Welcome back once again to Roll the Hard 20 podcast. I gotta say, if these hard slingers would just get back in that damned prison, maybe we could wrap up book 1. Oh wait, is that Alendru Groven I see? Hold my beer. I gotta go say hi. And that's basically how shit's been going down. Anyways, remember, follow the show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Check out our website and Patreon page. And as always, leave us that 5-star review wherever you download the podcast from, because it does help. And now, top off your glass and warm up your dice as Roll the Hard 20 podcast presents our Carrion Crown run-through, episode 25, The Unfurling of Alendru.
Well, I guess it's time to head back to the prison.
I think we should
go to
deal
the
with the
jail
matter
first?
of the jail
Yeah.
before we head out. Ensure that sheriff has on record what our witness has to say.
That is true.
But then we can head to the prison. I'd very much like to put this whole matter behind us, then hopefully leave this town.
So where do you want to go now?
Prison.
Prison. I'm sorry, jail.
The jail. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, jail,
So
prison.
close.
I know. Confusing. Okay, so you guys return back to the jail. You see the deputy's gone. Kaler's now sitting at his desk, and he's filling out paper, scratching stuff down, and he looks up and he sees you, all four of you. I'm assuming you're all together, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, hope everybody had a good night's sleep.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. So much needed rest.
Good. You know, I was going over the details from last night, inspected the bodies, and I had a few questions I wanted to ask. Why were these 3 men following you for? Doesn't seem like a smart move. I mean,
They weren't smart.
3 men would follow 2 people. Maybe 3 men would follow 3 people, but I don't think 3 men would follow 4. They each had weapons. They were definitely looking to kill. They weren't looking to communicate.
I'm unsure as well.
You don't know if anybody you might have crossed recently?
Not that I can think of.
Have you heard of the Splatter Man?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's
Is he new in town?
not in town. Other than that, we've been in the prison this entire time. We haven't had any human contact.
What did you hear of Splatterman? Is that from where you're from, or Lepidstad? What is a Splatterman?
He was in the prison.
When you were there, there were more people in the.
He wasn't
And,
alive, but yes, he was there while we were there.
You're losing me, old man.
He was one of the prisoners when the prison was operating before the fire.
He's very much involved with the haunts that have been happening here.
So was he a haunt then? Was he
Yes.
one of the
Yes.
haunts? Okay.
And then while you guys were talking, the doctor's going to try and nudge Irwin and go, hey, remember the guy we tracked down to the house?
Yeah.
That was shady. What if they saw us?
Who was that? That was Vashin? Heard of the mountain we followed back?
No, you followed the man to Vashian's house, which was at M1. Remember, they went across the bridge. And
Yeah,
then
that was his house,
all the way
though,
back
right?
down. Yeah, that was Vashian's house.
Yeah.
Remember that? What if it was... You think it has something to do with them?
Possibly. Should we mention something?
Not yet. Let them just keep talking in circles for a minute. Wait till we're in more private company.
Okay.
Kaler, did Murda make any decisions as councilwoman that were unpopular? They told us that they were specifically there to kill Murda.
Well, the only thing I saw recently on the docket of anything that she had approved was for your comrade's business
to be opened in Ravengrove. That's the only thing she's really signed off on in a very long time.
Where was this supposed? Did she say or propose a particular site or anything for this?
No, she just authorized that to allocate a plot of land more to the northeast of the hub. We would make allowances somewhere along the line. We have a couple empty domiciles up there that they were probably going to renovate for your comrade.
And then, was there anyone else in town that, took care of healing or aiding others?
I know Alendru at times would come down and lend his assistance, and he and Jominda would walk around, and she would provide the necessary components for him, and he would administer to people that were sick, but we never really had a dedicated physician since the last one left.
So, if I'm reading into this correctly, the Murda wanted the duck to be placed somewhere northeast of town, pretty close to where Alendru keeps the Unfurling scroll, and the doc was going to take over in regards to healing the townsfolk. Perhaps this was not a decision Alendru was happy with.
Well, I don't know what the arrangements were between the doctor and Murta. I don't even know if anybody else knew. I just recently found out about it last night prior to to you boys coming back out of the prison. We had been going over new business, and that was one of the first things that had been on the docket.
Okay. Well, I mean, this whole thing seemed rash with... there wasn't much of a plan. It was coming in and burning her house down. They didn't care that they were following 4 people instead of 1.
Now, I may look like just a country bumpkin to you, but I can tell you that from the way the fires were started around the house, it was along the sides and the back, leaving the front open. It almost seemed as though they weren't trying to burn you in the house, but rather trying to funnel you back out of the house, so you only had one way out.
It's a lot of confidence.
Well,
Are you sure you're not a fire marshal as well?
no.
But this can all be maybe confirmed. How is the assassin in the cell?
Right where you left him, Doctor. I haven't been back to give him anything other than water occasionally, and he hasn't drank any of it. He is still shackled to the bed.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You probably can't reach...
The sheriff doesn't do anything in here.
I should...
We take care of the prisoners.
I saw what you all looked like last night, and if 3 men could do that to 4 of you, I'm beyond my years of going a one-on-one unless it's absolutely necessary. I wouldn't put myself in that kind of risk. That's why I have deputies. Very uneducated deputies.
Nudges at Leo.
He's gone. He's not even in there.
Well, let's go interview this assassin. Sheriff, do you have some bread and water I could take as well?
Suppose you want some chips as well.
It's just
He
bread.
opens,
I'm not
he
asking
opens
for
up a
cheese
pantry,
at
and
least.
there's some cold cuts and some old cheese and some
I'm not making a
thick-
charcuterie plate.
some thick pieces of bread. Just pulls the plate out and hands it to you. Give him whatever you want. Just remember, this is the man that tried to kill all of you.
Oh, we're all well aware.
Certainly aware.
All right. So I am now holding the plate. All right. Who wants to open the door and who wants to go in first?
What's the play here, Doc?
He's chained
Good
to the
cop.
bed.
Good cop, bad cop.
Well, first we have to check
Good
on
doc, bad doc.
First we have to check on the patient. So someone at least has to open the door for me.
I'll open the door. Where's the key at?
You got to reach deep into my pocket.
That is a euphemism.
You got that,
No, but it's
that
like-
servant?
It's just in like one of the pouches on my side. It's in there.
So, Talos, what are you thinking about what they're going to do here?
I'm trying to think. Then we probably do need to bring the sheriff with us. I think that's key. To make sure that the sheriff hears what this guy has to say.
Yeah.
Irwin?
I agree. I think the sheriff does need to hear what we need to say. So Alice is opening the door. So you need someone else to check on him to see if he's awake?
Well, I can't really bend over. I don't want to spill the cheese and meat on him, so someone else has to. Anyone have any kind of? Anyone know how to check a pulse?
Well, as you guys open up the door,
I'll check.
you see his form lying on the bed. You see his head roll to the side and sees you guys come in, and he swings his legs off the side and sits up on his bunk and looks at the five of you, because Kaler's behind you now as well.
So what do you intend to get from this man?
We want his testimony. When we were there that night prior to the town showing up, he told us who brought him, or who, I guess, paid or commissioned for him to do what he did.
And who was that?
I'd rather he'd say.
He looks at you, Alice, and he says,
Did you hear this information as well?
I think I did.
Sheriff, only the doc and I were there when he was telling us.
What about
happened.
you, Irwin? You're an honest young man. Be forthcoming. Did you hear what he had to say to these men?
I was not there. Out of earshot.
But none of you thought to tell me this last night.
Well, we couldn't, based on present company.
Yes, and we were too tired. We were trying to preserve him to get as much information as we could.
I'll continue and see what he says then.
All right, who wants to feed him? I'm going to hold the plate. Who wants to feed him? Nobody? All right,
Oh,
fine.
I'll do it.
Erwin will feed.
See, I'll take some bread and just... Is both of his hands shackled?
just
or-
one of them.
Just one of them.
All right, then I'll hand him a piece of bread.
He just looks at the bread, and he doesn't reach for it. And he looks at all of you, and he says, just tell me what you want. What do you want from me?
What do you want? Why did you attack us? Why did you attack Murda?
I was under orders
By who?
that I can't give that information. Our guild operates in the dark, and we were told that the councilwoman had become possessed, and we were to stop the possession.
So where is your guild located?
Yeah, like I'm going to tell you that.
So why do we keep you alive? Why shouldn't we just kill you right here?
Oh, okay. Okay, we don't have to get that testy yet.
Can I have that bread now?
Alice grabs the water. Wash it down with this.
And then less.
Just start waterboarding him.
I told you I could be of use, but I would be completely useless if I gave away certain information. I just can't do that.
Is that tattoo on your back the crest of your guild?
You see him kind of lean back closer towards the wall as though to protect what is on his back. Didn't realize, obviously, at the time that he has passed out that you guys saw that.
We saw everything.
Everything.
He crosses his legs close to the groin. Nobody may ever look on that mark that's not part of the guild and live. And obviously there's nothing I can do about that at this point.
Are all the members of your guild cleanly shaved? Or just completely hairless?
No, we're shaved. We actually shave each other.
Gotta get in the nooks and crannies, man. You can't reach it yourself.
Can't do it yourself.
It's really hard to get that
especially
change.
without a mirror.
But yeah, we don't talk about ourselves, who we are.
Well, you say you can help us without giving too much information. What information can you give?
We can tell you that our mission was accomplished by the one who hired our guild. And what you should know is that, and this is the only information I could give because you spared my life, was that the client is from Ravengrow.
Dum, dum, dum.
Well, we all kind of gleaned that already. Mm-hmm. All right. So what are we going to do with them?
To rustle him up a little bit.
Grab the poker.
His eyes get all wide.
Set that fire.
Shaving time.
And there's not much we can do with him now. Just
Yeah.
leave him in the care of the sheriff.
Was that very helpful?
Not
It wasn't,
exactly.
but at the same time, I don't want to become evil by torturing him. I mean, I would like to,
Just kidding.
but I don't feel like taking a poker to him or something. I mean, it was all information we knew, and I don't think he's going to give anything up. Unless we just give him the gift of mercy and call it a day. But I don't think he wants that either.
Well, we spared his life. Shouldn't he give us like something to work with?
I don't know necessarily about saving his life was enough. Now he's stuck in a prison cell.
Yeah.
Are you guys talking out loud? In front
Yeah,
of him,
we're all
or
like
how you
football
guys-
huddled
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huddle up.
with Sheriff Kaler there too. He's in the huddle.
All right, boys.
What's the play here?
Doc, I'm not crazy. He did mention a name last night, right? I'm trying to think if there's any way to get him to say the name.
I do have the rope of truth. Oh, that's climbing. Sorry.
Fuck Wonder Woman.
I mean, it doesn't. Does the rope of truth compel people to the lasso of truth? Does the lasso of truth compel people to say the truth?
Yeah.
Only to speak the truth. That you
Speak the
can't
truth.
tell
You
them.
can't force them to talk.
They just start babbling.
Yeah,
the
they
truth.
start saying stuff that what they're saying is true.
Are you talking about when we were walking back to the prison?
No, when we had him pinned with the sword, he said Alendru's name.
Only way we can prove that is maybe get Alendru down here.
Not necessarily unless we somehow use it. What we can do is...
You hear this knock coming from the front of the jail. Is anybody in there? Who's running this jail? Kayla, are you back there? Boys, I think Vashian's here.
It's fine. Make him wait.
All right, I'll be back. I'm over here, Vashian. You trust me as councilman? Yes. And he goes to the front of the jail, and then you hear them start talking in the front for a little while, leaving you four alone with...
If we think it was Alendru, there's got to be some way we can use that information to get him to either flinch or, just act a certain way by saying we learned something about that. We said
could always
something like
bluff him.
That's what I'm saying. If we said something like, it's hard because I really don't want to leave and come back, but something like, oh, we talked to Alendru this morning and he's pointing the finger at you and, sentences his death, and he just goes, okay. I don't know how he's going to react. He's a fucking assassin. That's the
Or
problem.
Alendru. He's not.
We
an
have to
assassin.
use
We could-
Alendru in some way to get him to at least blink or look around oh fuck, they know something.
What
if we think- if
what
we
if we
wanna
go to
work the
Alendru and tell him that the assassin spilled?
No, because
Or gesture towards him and see, because he was already pretty on edge.
he is already on
Denied.
edge. We don't want to go after him. We have to get the assassin to pretty much admit it or something.
We can bring one of them to the other.
That's all we got.
Yeah, it was kind of tough.
We have to mind hunter him.
Yeah.
I can.
Great.
Are we gonna
show.
make him friends? We'll buy him shoes.
We have to find his
shoes.
We have to find his rock. So I don't. That's the only angle I got. If we want to try and get him to talk, probably we got to find something that connects him that he just goes, oh, fuck. But I don't know what that is yet. Anyone? Bueller?
I can disguise
Bueller?
myself as either person.
Ooh.
What's this?
Disguise self, the spell.
Oh, was that the one you were holding and reserving?
No, that's a
Didn't-
first level spell. I got another one.
Don't tell me what it is.
I'm
until
not
do
telling
it.
you
Okay,
that one.
Good.
Ooh, we could always leave and you could go back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Or I could go to Alendru as the assassin, or I can come to the assassin as Alendru.
Why not both?
It's 2 spell
Why not
slots, but
just
yeah, I
come
can do
on
both.
everybody? No, I don't. I think we have to work the assassin before. The other one's too high standing. You always got to find the guys that'll rat out the top.
I know, but this guy won't rat. I mean, he did rat for.
He's already on
Sure.
edge. We already know he's pretty much a part of whatever Assassin's Guild is in the area.
Yeah.
He's already fucking cornered. And he's given us knowledge that we could have, fucking the Popcorn Squad could have figured out.
Oh shit! I could also use minor illusion to put that tattoo on someone.
But he didn't specify if it was for from the guild. He just said that.
It marks you as of the guild.
I would assume it is the guild marking. Or at least whatever
Of a higher rank.
guild, clan, whatever, his people might have that. That's why I was asking if whatever bodies they collected. I don't know where the morgue or town pyre is to burn dead bodies, to go check the bodies to see if anyone else had it.
So I don't know. I've got a few options.
We have a
I
few
could
options.
put the tattoo on someone, or we could try and impersonate one of these people.
But he knows all of us. We would have to find someone we can trust.
Yeah.
And who do we trust?
Yominda.
No one.
No one, not even her. You just trust her because you want to spend a night with her.
Damn, Alice. Oh, fuck everybody in Raven Grove.
Kendra, I got a job for you.
God, what if we use Kendra?
She's been touch and go. She's a little moody.
She seems broken enough.
I could spare.
But no, maybe disguised person could work.
All right. Which way do we want to go? Do we want to pretend to be this guy for Alendru? Or, well, you know what? We don't even have to be this guy. We can pretend to be. We just need to pretend to be some human without any fucking hair, and have the tattoo somewhere.
But what if he knows them all? That's an unfamiliar one.
There's no like Alendru. Maybe he's a very learned dude, but like a guild like this, there's no way you know everybody.
It's an underground thing. I mean,
Like how
That's true.
How many
You might have just
contacts
had-
could he actually have?
That's true. You probably just had one contact that was even part of the hit squad. It's like, all right, you need a hit squad. I'll get you one. That's true.
let my
Like-
people talk to your people.
What if there's a dude that comes back? What if one of the guild members comes back and it's like, hey, Alendru, where the hell are my guys? None of them have come back. They're just supposed to work for one night, and I haven't seen any of them return.
Their wives
Yeah,
are
let's try
calling.
that.
I think that's better than bringing this guy
Yeah.
to Alendru.
Okay, so what are we going to do?
I'm going to disguise myself as a generic one of these dudes.
Okay. Now, you're still in the jail right now. Are you going to blink this thing off right here?
No.
No, because
No,
what's
we're
his
gonna-
name? Vashian's outside.
All right.
No, if anything, because it's morning, we would have to go. Because where is Alendru's house? M1?
No, it's further
He's-
further north.
He's like the unfurling scroll. I think it's I think it's is it L or is it F?
L.
L. Okay.
You know, we can do if we. A nice.
I wish that was blown up. You know, they have a map pack for this campaign, but it doesn't have any of Book One's stuff in it.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't have the prison.
We've
It
been here
doesn't-
for a fucking year. They don't have a single map.
Yeah, they don't have a fucking map for it. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we need to find a safe place to do this. So we need to go outside of town. It looks like there's some farmlands we could hide in. Because are you going in by yourself, or are we just gonna sit underneath the windows?
I think you guys should be nearby, but I don't think you guys should be like easily
In
within
eyesight,
sight. Yeah. I'll have Otto with you guys.
Is that it right there?
I was going to say, actually, I could be somewhat
so, yeah.
nearby.
Oh, you could be some sort of animal.
I could be an animal.
Do we want to start base operations out in the what's that called, the Restlands? Want to start in the
Yeah, let's go from the Restlands and then we come from there. That's where all the creepy people have come from anyway. Like those fucking greasers and shit.
Yeah, Erwin and I can just hide inside or behind a mausoleum.
Okay, so you guys are still in the jail right now.
Yes.
Yes.
So as you guys
We've had a pretty good huddle
as you
after
guys start to
Taylor
put
left.
this thing together,
And break.
you guys start to leave the cell alley, and you go into the front of the jail, and you see Kaler and Vashian are standing there, and they're waiting for you to come out. And Vashian says,
It's good to see all of you. I hope you all had a very good night's rest. But I must ask, will you be returning to Hellstone today?
Yeah.
Yes.
When time allows, yes.
Of course.
I'm sorry, Talos. What did you say? If time allows?
No, when time allows. We'll be getting there.
This is very important.
All right.
The haunts are
Perhaps you should get to it.
extending beyond the prison.
Are they, though?
Yes, they are.
Haven't the litter stopped?
For
they
now.
have.
For now.
And I say that out loud, too.
Kayla. Well, the letters have stopped on the memorial, indeed, but I'm not going into the prison. I don't know it. What do you mean? You even said you would escort these young men if need be. But it hasn't reached that point yet.
He, once again, the councilman, looks at the four of you.
It's very important that this gets handled. Is it about money? What is it about?
At this point, no. It's inside that prison is. Imagine your worst nightmare. The hell itself.
I saw part of the worst nightmare when they brought poor Petros's body from there. I advised him many times as his friend to not go into the prison.
Yes. Now imagine seeing that scene. Every minute. For days on end we were there. We will get there. But for sanity's sake, we need to take our time and prepare ourselves.
Well, I do hope you find yourselves back in there by the end of the day, because many people are scared, and I'm not too proud to admit that I myself am scared.
I think, yes, by end of day, we will be back within those walls fighting the demons.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Sheriff. Look forward to your hopeful re-election.
And he walks out the door.
I'm afraid you boys have put me in a awkward situation, but if there's anything I could do to help get you guys back in there, that would be great. Where are you going, by the way?
Just back to our rooms to prepare.
Well, we have a bit more research to do on the haunt.
Yeah, well, let me know if I can make any of the tomes at the town hall disposable to you, or anywhere else. I know that Loma had quite a collection, as well as the Unfurling scroll, so let me know if there's anything I could do for you.
It's much appreciated.
Thank you.
Yes.
Much obliged.
Ma'am. So that leaves you guys to go and do what you were going to do.
We all hold hands and skip our ways up to the Restlands.
Nothing to see here. Just 4 grown men.
Just for
So you guys are going to go to the Restlands.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys make your way north up the road. You pass by the Unfurling scroll to the east. See its door hauntingly open, which is something that Talos, it was always closed before.
Fucking Fucking side quest, man.
Yeah, man. Brian keeps wondering why we fucking don't go into the prison. He fucking gets fucking Vashin up on our asses about it. Can't fucking decide what he wants.
I just lay the mosaics out for you. You guys choose what you want to do.
I'm a fucking completionist. That's the worst part. It's like, oh, well, fuck, I guess I gotta do this. But I don't know. Do we?
How many people are around right now?
You don't see anybody.
Because
No one's around?
It's everybody else is back behind you in town. Figure you guys are about right across from the Unfurling Scroll.
it's probably, late morning by this point?
Does it look like there's anywhere
9:30.
I could hide quickly to cast Disguise Self before I go into it because the door's open?
Or doctor, should we go up and just check to see if anything's wrong, and then we can leave, and then Talos can come in disguised?
That could create a distraction. We can go in. Alice, just wait by the door.
Alice was actually going to turn into an animal and join me.
All right, well, if you hear screaming, transform faster.
Will do.
Just one action.
So there are some empty structures across the road. Across that damn road.
Damn
Lewis.
road.
Every fucking time.
Across the road from the Unfurling Scroll. So if that's where you want to go and show him yours and he'll show you his.
That's right. We're gonna do elf stuff.
Look, my mound's bigger than your mound. So, Doctor, you and Irwin go to the Unfurling Scroll.
Yes.
Okay, you see the doors wide open.
All right, so the doctor will lead his way in, walks through the door.
And you see that there are just rows upon rows of bookshelves within. You see that there are about 10 small desks and chairs that cloister in the center of this large structure. You see at the back there's a type of a blackboard and a podium. And you see a man writing on the blackboard, but there's nobody in the chairs or anything.
Is there a lot of writing on the board, or is it?
There looks to be. The writing, though, looks unfamiliar.
I just walk
Like a
in
different
this-
language?
Like a different type of language.
Okay.
It's not Elvish, is it?
No, it's not.
I doubt it would be. All right, so Erwin,
Are you trying to creep in, or are you like, hey, what's up?
Well, I'm just walking in normally. I'm
Okay.
not trying to be, sneak in. Just normally walk in, and as I see all this, I turn around to Erwin. So what do you make of this? Some kind of classroom?
It seems like maybe he's preparing for a lesson, but I can't tell what that language is.
Neither can I. This is a bit creepy, ooky, spooky.
A little bit, yeah.
You see the man turn around, and it is Alendru. And he looks at the two of you, and he says, it's the language of magic, of course. Have either of you studied magic in your life?
Just minor bits.
Well, it's unfortunate that my classes tutor to the youth of Raven Grow. We don't teach adults.
And that is unfortunate.
But you're probably not here for study or lesson. What can I do for you?
We just saw the door open and wanted to see what was happening in the shop here.
What's happening, motherfucker?
What's good?
What's good?
So
How we rolling?
it looks like you're preparing for class. Are the pupils arriving soon?
Tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow.
Just like to prepare my studies ahead of time and go over them to make sure that everything is in order.
Oh, well, we were walking by in Alendru. I just want to stop by.
How are you feeling?
I'm
Did you get enough rest?
personally feeling much better.
Oh, good.
Sorry if we got into a little bit of a
Not
little
at
heated
all.
argument last night.
Everybody was tired. You were tired. You looked
quite frankly, beat up.
Yeah.
Any-
Literally.
Anytime you feel free, just come to the door. We're here for you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
Doctor, I hear that you'll be part of the town at some point in the near future, and I look forward to trading secrets with you.
Yes, perhaps. I don't know much about magic. I don't know how much you know about herbalism and alchemy, but perhaps we can share notes in the future.
That would be great.
Okay, Erwin. We'll leave him to his business. Let's go.
All right. Sounds good.
Very well, thank you.
All right. Have a good day.
Yes, and he goes back and he starts scribbling on the board.
Do we know where Oust and Talos went?
They went across the road into one of the empty structures.
Okay, I'm going to make my way there.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Home base.
Base.
Bunch of campers.
What you got for us, Doc?
Zip.
No, it's just... Alendru was in there and just got this odd feeling from him. I know you wanted to try and transform into him, but maybe there's another way we can get information from him.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Talos, what if you take this? And it's the key.
Acid.
No. We're not there yet. This is an MK Ultra. I give him the key to the assassin's cell.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Do you think maybe if you transformed into that assassin and presented the key saying, I lifted this off those fools, and try and approach in a way that I know I failed, I was captured, but I feel like this, I don't know, even without rolling a perception check, I feel like just how creepy this guy is. He might have more than just hiring a hit squad to him.
The problem is I can change my voice a little bit, but I can't mimic this.
Hi.
I can't mimic this.
It's ma'am.
I can't mimic this assassin. I'm sure he would potentially recognize their voice. This is why I wanted to be someone that he wouldn't have known.
As he bangs on the
It's
cell
trash
wall.
day. as
Yeah,
we're
they're pulling their cans back in.
I could always just slit your throat. Oh, no, they changed my vocal cords.
Jeez.
I think we go with this for now.
All right.
So what are we doing?
I'm going to disguise myself as a generic member of the guild,
Okay.
as opposed to anyone specific, where I have to mimic their voice like perfectly.
And I am going to be his pet companion, a rat.
All right, perfect.
Wild shape into a rat.
A rat? You're gonna wild shape it into a rat. That's
Yeah.
great. That ought to come in
I
handy.
put you on my shoulder.
So describe for me what you wish to do.
All right. So when Talos disguises himself, he mimics the robes. He puts a, I guess, tattoo back here of the, what was it?
It was like a
Bird of prey.
eagle.
Huh?
Oh.
Some kind of a bird of prey.
The bird of prey he saw. He's gonna make it look exactly the same. He's not
Okay.
gonna get creative or anything. And then he'll have no hair, no eyebrows, obviously, just like this flat, unremarkable kind of face he's gonna make.
Okay, so you paste all this stuff on, or morph into it
Exactly.
across the way, and then describe what you do from there.
All right, get Oust onto my shoulder.
You want me on your shoulder, or you just want me scurrying along?
Oh, this
What would you prefer?
Come on, Secret and Nim. What are you gonna do?
What would you prefer, man?
I could probably just scurry along.
All right, you can scurry along if you want. All
Okay.
right. And then make our way through the open door of Alendru's shop.
Okay.
And
the door's open.
stand there until he notices us effectively.
Okay.
I'm going to stay kind of hidden.
You see him jot something down, finish the line, put the chalk down on the tray, and turn and face you.
Then take down the hood so you can see my hairless face.
Hairlessness.
Okay.
What does his expression look like right now?
It's completely devoid of any expression whatsoever. He just stands there, arms folded, and just looks at you. He doesn't say anything.
Okay. Alendru, none of our guild members made it back after the job was complete.
And what more were you expecting?
I was expecting, after payment, the guild members to come back.
You ever Player's Handbook?
That's a bad question. Someone's about to maybe get fucked.
I can kill him.
We could take it.
Ready? He remains with his arms folded across his chest, and he looks at you. And he says, well, what can I do for you?
You can tell me where they've gone.
Who's they?
You know who I'm talking about.
The two that just left here? I'm assuming that at some point they hooked up with you, Talos.
Okay, I was saving the spell, so I cast Detect Thoughts.
Detect thoughts?
Yeah.
Okay. You can tell that he is looking at you with true sight, which dispels all illusions.
Okay. No, but I'm wondering what are his surface thoughts? Because I've asked him a bunch of questions about what's going on.
He is nervous. He knows he's been caught, but he doesn't want to give any more information verbally. You can tell that what he had done. Is there a role for this, or it just
Nope.
it just comes out?
I have
You can
service
tell.
thoughts.
You can tell that he knows that what he has done, he believed he was righteous in doing, as far as what he did to Myrta.
All right. I'm trying to think of a good probing question to try and get more information that he would think of, but then not divulge.
Okay.
Who?
I'm sure you think I'm callous.
Oh, yeah,
I am
of course.
not. You and I had an arrangement. You backed out of that arrangement and profited for yourself. I can appreciate that for anyone who seeks power. That's who we are. I didn't come to be here by being docile, by being benign. But as you wear on in years, you try to give back. And Ravengrow has accepted me many years ago, to the point where I am more of a peripheral guardian of this nice, quiet town. And when the haunts started coming out of the Harrowstone, they started to fester in certain individuals. Not just the decrepit like Gibbs, but solid people like Myrta, turning them into abominations. And in order to keep my hands clean of that, I had to use other venues.
When he says other venues, does he think of the name of the guild?
He does.
Wait, do we already know what the name of the guild was? I forget.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What is the name of the guild?
Lollipop Guild.
I'm writing that down.
Sorry, it's the first one that popped into my head.
It's okay. The Silver Kindle Assassins Guild.
Was it worth the price you paid?
The threat is gone. And for that, any price would have been worth it.
Does he think about what he actually paid them? Like it was a gold or something else?
He paid him a monetary sum, but it is obscured only because it's probably not finished being paid.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to get exact numbers or
You
anything.
do get the feeling, though, of a sense of pride coming from him. That what he did, he wholeheartedly believed was the righteous choice. How long does this spell work for?
Detect thoughts. I think it's like an hour.
Okay.
No, it's 1 minute. So this conversation has a timer.
Okay. Go ahead and put a 30-second timer on it.
I was gonna say, start
Guys,
playing the Jeopardy music.
Because we've probably been going a little over 30 seconds, but
Yeah.
run it for a 30-second timer.
All right. Actually, wait. Let me do this again. Fuck. What the hell is this shit? 12.
Oh my God.
Why is it doing 12? Man. What kind
Junior, will
what
you
kind of
please
default is
put a
this?
fucking timer on this thing?
Yeah, let's get an independent adjudicator on this one.
That's true.
Go.
Do you feel proud of what you've done?
I do.
Why? Did you really think there was no other way?
I believed that eventually somebody would have come and helped the town. We thought it was you. But the haunts continued.
They had stopped.
Murta had somehow been infused with this.
How did you come to know this?
I'll give you one final one. She started acting very strange. She started sequestering herself longer in her house. And when she came out of her house, she was not the same.
So was there anything he was like holding back in his
No.
thoughts that I could grab?
Not at
Okay.
all. He was completely open. He's an elderly man, but he definitely looks spry. Like he's got all of his faculties about him, but he has a sense of being very worldly. You know, it's almost like a certain confidence that he has where he don't give a fuck. He believes that the end justifies the means.
The greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good.
The greater good.
Thank you. The greater good.
So I mean, it's dropped now, but I'm gonna have one more question.
Sure.
Did you ever feel this way about Lorimer?
He unfolds his arms and he walks across the room and stands right in front of you. Looks down at the mouse by your foot. Looks up at you and he says, Petros and I were more than acquaintances. We confided with one another. Not like that.
We were lovers.
I cast detect thoughts again. What spicy,
You see him,
spicy
you
things?
see him totally
We
bent
were
over with
close.
this red hot poker, just getting drunk.
You guys can see it on my face. I try not to shout out. We were lovers.
Dude, we were thinking the same thing immediately.
We were more than acquaintances. We were academia fellowships. And at times he would come to me with questions to ponder. And I would entertain those questions. And he had concerns about the goings-ons?
Goings on.
I'm actually not sure.
Goings on.
About what the fuck
you're
was
right.
going on
That's the one I am confident about.
in the Harrowstone prison. And I advised him to leave those old stones alone. He did not heed my advice, and as a result, the world is without Petros.
Do you think it was an accident, as people say?
It was accidental for him to wind up there. But compulsion makes men do stupid things. And as far as his demise, do you really believe anybody, no matter how old and senile they are, would allow a stone gargoyle to fall and crush their head without moving?
I can't say for anyone, but I can say I don't believe Lorimer would. He's too observant to have missed something like that.
You know, when you and I first met, you had mentioned that you were a student of Petros. Do you remember that? That was the reason why I allowed you admittance to look at the tomes for the brief duration. And
For a fee.
a fee that was never paid. So, for free, basically. So I know that you know who Petros was in his heart. He was a very stubborn man, very self-righteous, which is why he ostracized many people like you, people who had a darker side. Because this is only my own thought, but Petros was a dark man himself, and sometimes the darkness doesn't want to be shared.
You really believe that about Petros?
That he was a dark man? I think that he dabbled at times. But I truly think that he was afraid with what he dabbled in. Take your spirit board. How often do you still play with it?
I've tried to avoid it as much as I can.
Very wise. You should collect your 2 compadres across the road. Take your mouse and get back into Harrowstone and finish what you started before I have to hire more of these unscrupulous people who kill for money and kill more of these good townsmen because they become afflicted with what comes out of those haunts. Because I'll do it till there's no one left in this town if we can stop it.
I understand. We most certainly will be returning to the prison. But I can assure you, you won't get many more chances to do this.
Well, I should hope I don't get any more chances. I should hope that you fulfill what you had told Vashian you would do.
Okay. At that point, I'm going to grab Oust.
As you pick up Oust, he claps his hands, and you see like all these little bugs on the floor begin to morph back into children. 10 of them. And he says, "Let us begin class now, if you'll excuse us." And you see all the children go and sit in the seats and face the blackboard.
The fuck, did he create
Wait a
an
minute.
illusion for us?
No, this... Are they, like, mindless? They're just, like...
That'll be all for today.
No, I'm
Unless
not
you wish
asking him
to
a question. I'm asking you a
Oh.
question.
They were all morphed.
Yeah, that part I get.
Yeah.
But, like, when they move back to their desks, or they kind of, like...
They all sit down at the exact same time.
Yeah, they
like,
kind of, like, mindless about it.
No, they're not
so-
mindless. They're just, look at, they're not laughing or they're just like observed a lesson.
all right, so they're not just fucking
Yeah.
clones,
Yeah,
No, they're not
yeah.
clones. They're actually the children. What they
Yeah.
were watching as observers in the insect form. And then they
This is what you got schooled, man.
morph back up and, okay, lesson over. Sit down now.
Damn, I should have turned into a flea.
Should turn into a flea?
I would have found those children. Just kidding.
So as you guys cross, I'm assuming you leave
Yeah.
Unfurling Shore.
Yeah.
Cross back over, hook up with these 2 guys, and
Well,
about
they got to buy me a drink first.
About 10:15 in the morning, day's still fresh, and standing before you on the southern side of town waits Harrowstone Prison.
They should have just had this guy go into Harrowstone, man. He's like a 17th level wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's just assume you catch us all up to speed.
Yeah. I think we
Guess-
could actually go. We can have this guy handle it. It's fine, man.
You leave town. We're good.
Yeah, I think we're good.
I don't know. The sense of adventure, though.
It's true.
He's
Should
only
we head
one
back
old
into the
guy.
prison?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, let's go back.
Ready to head in the prison
Yes.
Yep. On the next episode.
of Roll the Hard 20 podcast. See you guys next session.
Wow, did you guys practice that?
No, I just
No, he just pointed at me.
I was just.
He's been waiting the whole time.
I paused after on the next episode. I had nothing else after that.
Goku is still powering up.
Like DBZ. On the next episode.
Thank you for joining us once again on Roll the Hard 20 podcast. Remember, you can find us and subscribe to us on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, and iHeart Radio. And if you like what you're hearing, please leave us that 5-star review. You could also contact the show directly at rollthehard20podcast@gmail.com or head on over to the website at rollthehard20podcast.com. And be sure to check out the galleries. We got a lot of really interesting stuff posted there. And finally, join us on our Patreon page at patreon.com/rollthehard20podcast. There are ways for you to help out the show and pick up swag. So until next session, keep your dice warm and your glass full as you roll those hard 20s.
All right, well, if you're looking something
Yeah,
up real
go ahead and take a piss. I
quick. Yeah, I
gotta
need
look
to
at
take a
something.
pee
real
break.
quick. I actually looked
On
this
beer?
up before. It's something else.
How much longer are we gonna play for?
Probably just a few minutes. I don't know. We could go a little longer. Are you okay with going longer?
I'm okay with it. I'm just curious.
Okay, give him a beer then.
Sure. I mean, if we're gonna end like in 2 minutes, then yeah.
No, it's not going to be 2 minutes probably.
But yeah, I probably need to take a leak too.
Well, then it's
Well, if he's sitting down, he could just pee between his legs.
I tried it. Doesn't work as easy as you think.
Who'd you try?
Will you pee between your own legs? This is where all the gold is at, by the way.
What, peeing between people's legs? Those are just called golden showers.
No, ding dong. Fuck, where's it? Saw it too, and it's not the
What are
page.
you looking for? I'll probably tell you.
Shut up. I'm not going to tell you. I don't even know you
I
anymore.
ripped those pages out.
That's exactly what I thought.